So for this market report is a tailored to cities. So we all know real estate is local, and for this report, my theory is being proved correct 100%. What do I mean by that? So while there's parts of the country, and I'm sure you've heard the headlines, housing values are in decline, and I just equated to tailored to cities. Now in South Florida, even though it's a tailored to cities, the book, I would call it wealth migration. This trend is particularly acute at the $1 million and up transaction level. And when I grind the numbers, those closings surged triple digits, both in Dade and Broward County. And it happened despite the unprecedented doubling of mortgage rates. We are still seeing pending home sales for this market segment go up. The area still continues to see price appreciation unlike any other area, which is interesting. And from all indications, it could be attributed to this wealth migration effect. So for example, in Miami, at the $1 million and up transaction level, those numbers went up 111%, going from 122 units in February 2019 to 258 units in February 2023. Broward County wasn't too far behind, and transaction levels increased 190%, going from 51 units to it is now at 148 units. So I don't expect the trend to slow soon because I'm also seeing a similar effect at the median price point level. So as I said, Florida experienced some of the largest net inbound migration the country has seen over the last 2.5 years. And, all area, Miami-Fort Lauderdale got the largest share of the traffic. So in terms of change in numbers, Florida got 797,000 people moving in. And when you look at other places like Texas, they got 639,000. North Carolina got 249,000. Arizona got 213,000. So basically, everybody and their mother moved to Florida. Now, although we don't have the numbers in for this year yet, I think the effect is still continuing today because I looked at a recent study from University of Florida, and it showed that the consumer sentiment for Florida increased for 3 months in a row. Ending in March, it moved a whole 2 points from 67.7% to 69.7%. And if you compare that to a similar national study declined 5%. As for the rest of the market, like the median price points and below, take a look and see what's happening and go over some of those numbers. Now, bear in mind for this analysis, I'm only going to be talking about single-family homes in Broward County, which is primarily where I work. Now I'm going to look at condos or townhomes, and these stats are going to reflect what's going on right here in town. Nothing like what you're hearing on the news. The talking heads, they need to sell ads, and they're only going to look at national numbers for the hype. So let's look at supply, which is one of the leading indicators. New listings hitting the market for the month of February is what I looked at, came in at 1,249, and that's down 24.2% from this time last year. Why? I think it's because people that may want to move are looking at their current mortgage interest rates. And if they locked it in 2020, 2021, 22 even, let's say they got it at 2.73%, they would rather not buy a new home with a more expensive, higher interest rate today. So they're staying put, and that's affecting supply. Next, we can look at supply without considering demand, which is another leading indicator. And I looked at February stats, and I'm seeing that pending sales came in at 1,282. That's down 70% year over year. But what does it really tell us, right? So although the difference between the supply and the demand is small, we can still see that demand is more than supply. And that paints a different picture to what you may hear in the news, right? For all areas specifically. So personally, because, demand is a little bit more than supply, we are seeing where, depending on the area, once a home is in good condition and priced right, they're going under contract with multiple offers. It's just the reality of the market right now. The average time to contract is currently 42 days. Close price to original list price ratio It's less than what we were seeing during the pandemic months. It's sitting at 94.8% now. That means sellers are being more realistic. They're motivated and they will concede a bit to negotiations from buyers. Month supply of inventory is 2.8 months, indicating that we are in a seller's market. Sellers are controlling the market still. Median sales price is $560,000, and that's up, still up. It hasn't declined. There you have it, folks. Despite all the rate hikes, that now makes the cost of money more expensive and monthly mortgage payments more than they were 2 to 3 years ago. It's still a seller's market in areas like Coral Springs, Plantation, Pembroke Pines, for example. Right? But remember, the market doesn't exist in a vacuum, and the market conditions shift and change all the time. The conditions we're seeing today may not be the same 3 to 6 months from now. So if you're thinking about selling or buying, stay close to the inbox and follow me for more commentary.